This is the Blokees Transformers. From Transformers 1, we've got the classic class Decepticon. Well, not yet Decepticon, but he was Starscream before Megatron made them all into Decepticons. And wow! Interesting box art, lots of foil on this box. This is the classic class, and I decided to move up a scale in the Blokees Transformers because I've sort of gotten all my targets for the current Galaxy version figures. And if Galaxy version figures focused on the G1 characters and some Transformers 1 figures, the classic class, which is a bigger in scale model kit, focuses on the movie figures. So this figure looked pretty interesting. I picked it up from Shopee. Let's get this guy out of packaging and fully assembled. And the figure looks absolutely amazing. I thought the details, the material they used, the quality of this figure was absolutely spot on. It is an incredible design, very true to how he looked like in the movie. It was really a fun build, lots of details, such an amazing figure. Let's take a closer look at the details of this new Blokees Transformers classic class from the movie Transformers 1 Starscream. Head to toe, the figure stands at about 13 centimeters tall, or about 5 1/8 inches tall. And for comparisons, here he is with the classic class from Transformers 1, the movie. We have Sentinel, or Sentinel Prime, and we have the Galaxy version series 2, Starscream. Now, this figure does come with a few bits. He's got an extra pair of hands. He's got the open hands, and he's got the, I guess this would be fist or gripping hands, or hand, weapon holding hands. And then he comes with this. This is a miniature version or out of scale version of Megatron's alt mode in the movie Transformers 1. This is the Cybertronian tank mode, which really baffles me why they have this. I guess they had extra bits of plastic or budget for the figure. They couldn't come up with any more weapons or whatever. They decided to give a small version of Megatron, and really doesn't make sense. It does not even scale with him. I actually thought, it was like an added bonus. We would get the non-transforming alt mode of Megatron with Starscream, so that if you bought the other figure, the classic class Megatron, you'd have both the alt mode and the robot mode. But this is not in scale. This is a toy compared to him. It's like a scale model. And I don't know why they did this. This makes absolutely no sense at all. It was a waste of plastic for me, wherein they could have used this plastic to give him, I don't know, a sword, an axe, a gun, a bigger gun. I don't know. I do apologize if I don't, or my voice doesn't sound as enthusiastic as how I did with the Sentinel Prime figure. And that's because the figure, it's a great build. I had a great time building it. I thought the pieces, the parts, the details were great. It just felt a little bit underwhelming compared to this figure, and I don't think I can really fault the designers because they had very little to go with. He wasn't such a main character in the movie. He was, I guess he was a supporting cast member, and he didn't really get a lot of airtime, so they couldn't. I wish they could have consulted with Hasbro, and they had extra budget, they had extra plastic. They could have thought of other accessories to put with this figure that were not necessarily in the movie. And the figure doesn't feel as exciting as this figure because he's got all the bells and whistles. He's got the sword, the shield, the extra guns, and rightly so. That's how he appeared in the movie. And I kind of wish they could have taken liberties with this figure and given him like a sword or a spear or a big gun, just to make him in the same level as this one, and instead we get this. But that is not to say that the figure is a terrible figure. The figure looks phenomenal. Unbelievable detail. The metallic finish on each and every bit of plastic they used for this figure is just exceptional. Look at the detail of that head sculpt, the chest, the metallic finish. This part even moves. I don't know, maybe if it gets excited, it just moves up. It allows for better articulation. The wings do move back. The end of the wing moves back further, so you can have him in like a soaring position or an attack dive position. And yeah, he also comes with this light up feature, just like what most classic class figures have. Great yellow, orange tangerine light up eyes. I'm loving the way he looks when his eyes are lit up. Articulation for the figure, phenomenal articulation. The shoulders have butterfly hinges. The arms go in and out, forward and backward 360. You got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow, ball jointed wrists. Can be a little bit of a pain to replace the fists. The hips do the splits because the skirts do move out to allow you to do the splits. You can kick forward, backward. It's got a thigh swivel, hinge knees that bend a little more than 90 degrees, and ball jointed ankles. And so some final thoughts on this Blokees Classic Class Starscream. Man, I really enjoyed this figure. It's just a shame that the figure just feels a little bit underwhelming because of the lack of accessories and that useless facsimile of Megatron's alt mode or D16's alt mode. So I really blame the designers for not giving him much because he didn't have much in the movie, but I just wish they could have discussed things with Hasbro, maybe taken some liberties, maybe given him some extra added accessories that weren't necessarily in the film, instead of giving us such a useless accessory with that out-of-scale Megatron or D16 alt mode. And as such, the figure does deserve a 10 out of 10, but I think I am going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's still an enjoyable build. I think it's still one of those figures that you want to keep in your collection because the details, the design, and the quality of this figure is really impeccable. It really is one of the best classic class figures from Blokees. But let me know what you guys think of this Blokees Transformers Classic Class from the movie Transformers 1 Starscream. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.